Welcome to Fitzpatrick Stadium. It is the annual Turkey Day game, a day early. Portland Bulldogs set to take the field. Banner made by the cheerleaders. Let's get this bread turkey today. Last day for a lot of seniors. Portland has a really big senior class this year. They were really looking forward to this game, especially after the bad feeling that after last week's or this weekend's loss to TA. And here come your Portland Bulldogs.
It's November 21st, 2018, and we are here at Fitzpatrick Stadium for the 107th annual Turkey Day Classic between the Deering Rams and your Portland Bulldogs. This is Steve Schwartz along with Dave Levine, Luke Hill on camera for WPPS. Dave, Portland had a really rough go of it in the state championship. Prior to that, though, they were really lights out all year. Deering, a little bit of a different story. They were 1-0 in the playoffs. They've got a couple of great players in Randall and Soul. They can score some touchdowns. They are a spread offense. They like to throw the ball. They like to keep the ball moving, but they're going to be pressured today. Portland has a bad taste in their mouth from the loss. They're going to come out firing on defense. I know they want this game. They have a big senior class. They have 4 senior captains that have started for 3 years on this team. They really want to go out with a win. Folks, we're going to bring you all of the exciting action in a moment. So first thing that's happening is Peter Gribbett is introducing the seniors. Ben Stasium is there. Silo Magno is there. Grant Jacobson is out there. Cam Connolly, Ben Levine, Zach Elowich. Just a huge amount. Max Belmont, number 56. Chris Vincent is out there. Damian Darling. Oh, yeah, Darian is out there. Koa. Tyler Blazewski is out there. And then Big Nate Kapongo. Big senior class from Portland this year. Deering has a lot fewer seniors. They've got Winston Denizio, Ben Onek, Patrick Buxton, and Yaha Yukash, Jack Coombs as well, and Noah Chasen, and Abdirahim Ali. And now the meeting of the captains. And I can see, Dave, it's going to be a little bit difficult to find the Deering numbers. They're black on black with a little white outline. It's going to be tough to see these jerseys. So number 4 is Ben Onek, who we see on the basketball court as well. It's a low line drive kick, picked up at the 18-yard line by Stasium. Up the middle and all the way to the 49-yard line, where he is brought down by Ben Vachon. Big return for Ben Stasium. He just took it straight up the middle. Good blocking. They opened up the hole for him, and he brought it right out to the 44-yard line. Big 25-yard return. This is perfect for Portland to start this game off. And it is 1st and 10 on the 44, not the 49. And it's Sam Nope pitches it to Zach Elowich on the right side. And boom, he gets the first down and more.
About a 14-yard gain. The end collapsed again. They held the corner in. No one came upfield for Deering, and he was just able to turn the corner and pick up about 14.
Which is important, right? Because he needs to pick up about 47 or so to make it to 2,000 yards. He's already broken the single-season record for rushing Portland High School that was held by Justin Zakowski.
Yeah, this is a big game, and Justin's going into the Portland Hall of Fame tonight.
That's a fumble, and Elowich is going to reverse and try to recover, but it's going to be a substantial loss.
Yeah, that was that he just missed the pitch there, and unfortunately that's going to drive him back for rushing yards now. But Justin Zakowski is going to go into the Portland Hall of Fame tonight. I know a lot of these seniors want to go to the game, go to that presentation tonight, so they're gonna have to hustle after this game and get off the field, change, and run over.
Well, it's great to have your knowledge of it all, too, Dave. Of course, your son, Ben, such a huge part of this team, not just this year, but for the last several years. It's second down. It's not 2nd and 10 that the scoreboard says.
No, they're going with their Wildcat backfield again with Nate Kapongo and Zach Elowich back there. This is the formation they pretty much ran all states.
Zach had a 9-yard loss. He takes the direct snap, something that we saw a lot of in the state game this time.
And he fumbled. He fumbled.
There's 2 fumbles.
Portland has it. That's Koa.
Oh, my goodness.
Koa Farnsworth has it down about the 15-yard line. Zach had about a 5-yard game and fumbled it, and it just kept kicking around, and Koa picked it up.
Well, and prior to that, I think Kaponga had it for a few yards. So Kaponga probably gets about 3 yards on it, on the advance. And then... So Portland with the fortuitous bounce, if you will. A couple of miscues here, however. It is 1st and 10.
Just gonna go.
The ball is on the 15-yard line. Elowich straight in. Boom, boom, boom. Touchdown. Zach Elowich. That's a 15-yard touchdown.
There was a huge hole up the middle. There was no defense on the line. He was into the secondary with a full head of steam, hit the linebacker square, and just powered right through. There's nothing they can do about that. That offensive line just blew open a hole that was just huge.
So Zach Elowich has 23 positive yards right now. Here comes Christo Vumpa to continue his streak of over 50, maybe 53 or 54 now, extra points for Portland without a miss this year, Dave.
He's just incredible. A freshman that has never kicked until this year, and he has been perfect except for one blocked kick in the first game of the season.
And that was a field goal attempt, of which he was 1 for 2 or 2 for 3 for the year.
2 for 3 on the season, yep. He's just been rock solid. Every single one of his kicks looks identical. His kickoffs are really good. They're high. They get a lot of hang time. He's just become a big weapon for this team.
So Zach Elowich with the 15-yard touchdown run as the Dogs strike first. It's not half bad out there now. It's supposed to be extremely cold as a cold front is coming through, maybe even during this game.
Yeah, it was a smart call to move it up.
And that's picked up at the 16-yard line. Brought back to the 32. And that was Bailey Eade. So 1st and 10 on the 27-yard line. Deering now has the ball. Some superlatives for Deering this year is Randall.
Yeah, Michael Randall is a fantastic player.
He is number 28. Scored several touchdowns this year. What a great defensive play by Jamal Mariba. Denying James Opio.
Yeah, Opio was on a read option, just took it to the outside, kind of bobbled the handoff, but kept it. And when he tried to roll out, there was just nobody. There was just nothing there. No blocking. Mariba was supposed to be going deep with his wide receiver, but he didn't, and read the play perfectly. Came up and made the nice tackle for a 4-yard loss.
So it'll be 2nd and 14. The ball is on the 19-yard line. Pio in the gun. There's a flag on the play as Portland's defense just swarming in there. Kapongo, Farnsworth, Conley, Jacobson.
Yeah, it was Josiah Cope tried to come off tackle to the left side, but there was just everybody was in there. Not sure if Portland jumped a little bit, or if there was a illegal formation or
chop block against Deering, and that's going to bring it back. Let's see, probably half distance to the goal.
Yeah, that's a tough play. They tried to chop somebody, but the line still got through and just swallowed up the running back in the backfield. That's a couple-yard loss on the run, plus the penalty on top of that. And this is going to make it 2nd and very long.
So 2nd and 34. Opio to Stasium, interception at the 25, brought down right there. Ben Stasium making big plays all year, does it again.
Yeah, that ball was just overthrown. It looked like it might have slipped out of his hand, but just playing deep coverage, and the ball was thrown right to him. He was able to pick it off and give Portland perfect position again to make something happen.
Folks, you can't really see it. It's a sparse crowd across the way, a better crowd close to us. And, this is a Wednesday. This game is played the day before. Credit to Rob O'Leary and Mel Craig to ensure that this game happened, because there was a good chance that it wasn't going to, especially with dangerous wind chills tomorrow. And instead, it is happening, and there's a very nice crowd here developing. It may not be the same crowd as you might have expected tomorrow, but it's a good crowd.
Yeah, there's a lot of people still walking in. Most people are staying on this side. They did shovel this side. It doesn't look like they shoveled a lot on the other side, so I think they were trying to keep everybody over here. I know the Deering cheerleaders are on this side as well as the Portland cheerleaders. But it looks it's a bigger crowd than I expected. I'm really happy about this.
Yeah, very much so. It's good to see. Vincent's at center. And right now, what's going to happen is what happened in the state game, right? We have Sam Nope lining up wide, and we have...
they're just going to go Wildcat until they can get Zach his yards, I think.
That's right, the modified Wildcat, and it's going to be about a 5-yard gain there. We'll see. I guess they're going to call it.
They're going to give him 4.
4 for that.
Now they're going to come back to their more traditional offense. Nate's coming out. They're bringing in Mariba at the fullback position. There's a nice pitch.
Yeah, and that's Elowich on the left side. He just bowls over the Deering player, who does get credit for the tackle. Number 18 is Galen Carey.
Boy, they love to run that little counter play. They'll pull the right guard. In this case was Ben Levine. They'll send everybody else going left, pitch the ball back, and it's just basically a one blocker or two blockers, because they pull the tight end too. And they just rolled down the field. Beautiful play.
That's a 14-yard gain for Zach Elowich now, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. There's a flag on the play. And we're going to see if this comes back here.
Yeah, I think that they're going to catch Portland on a hold. Koa came out and threw a nice block to open up that hole into the end zone, but they're going to call that back.
Zach Elowich already has carries today of 14 yards, 14 yards, and 15 yards. So I'm not sure what happened to the down markers, but here's Zach Elowich up the middle. The ball was on the 18, and he's going to get it down to close to the 8. So that's a 10-yard gain. It'll be second down.
Portland's calling timeout. That's going to be it. Did Zach get it? Because coach said he was going to call timeout. And there it is. Zach got his 2,000 yards.
Zach Elowich. He hugs his parents and his family. David, his sister Emily, his mother Gina, hands the ball to his mom, and he gets his 2,000th yard of the year. First Portland Bulldog in history to get 2,000 yards rushing in a season. That is simply amazing. First and goal on the 8. Rather second and goal, and this time he's only going to get...
He looks like he lost a yard, so he's back to 1999. They're going to do another ceremony for him when he gets another yard?
So they've thrown away the down markers, which isn't going to make things all that easy for us. But...
well, it's right now it's third and goal.
That we know, and it falls on the 10. We know that.
So we'll be okay. Scoreboard isn't quite updated correctly.
It's a 2-yard loss there. Now that's anybody's ball.
Yeah, that came out. It either got tipped off the line of scrimmage or it just kind of fluttered there. That didn't look good at all. Maybe his arm got hit. They're going to bring in Christo for the field goal. This will be nice for Christo, too.
Very much so. And they'll get, they'll go for the points, which is important. It's that cold front is not here yet, and the air is crisp and clear. It's not too windy. You can't mistake that it's a winter night, however, here.
No, it is quite chilly.
Vumpa is up and good with a 28-yard field goal. 10-0 is the score. Portland in front. Here we go. Vumpa with the kickoff. Picked up at the 20-yard line by Denizio. And he'll bring it up to about the 40. Yeah. Well, it's going to be, let's see where it's going to be spotted here. So we have two officials standing in two different places.
Yeah, Winston's one of those guys that grew up with this Portland team. Portland middle school team, all these seniors in Winston and Ben Onek from Deering, they had a great middle school team, but unfortunately the teams got scattered to both Portland and Deering. Some went to Chevrolet, so it's nice to get all these kids back on the field again.
Oh, actually poised to make that interception.
Ben is playing cornerback, and he had his eyes on that. He came charging on it, and he really, I think he had it in his sights, but it just got tipped at the last second.
So 2nd and 10. Cope gets the ball for a few.
They're not going to get much running up into the middle of that defense. Portland's defense has really been strong. Their front four has just been dominant all year. They don't let a lot of things happen up the middle. So in order for Deering to do something, they're going to have to try to test the edge a little bit. Opio being chased, and he fumbles, but gets up and loses the ball again. Nate Kapongo in there. We had Jonah Green, who has had a monster year. And then Koa to clean it up. So 4th and 25.
So Stasium is deep for Portland. Movement on the line, each side pointing to the other. False start Deering. So all that means is it'll be 4th and 30, and the kick will come from about 5 yards behind. The punter is Travis Soule. Oh, excuse me. He's lined up in front of the punter. Stasium does not call the fair catch and brings it back gets about credit for 5 yards because of it. The punter was Gorman. There's a flag on the play. Looks like it's going to go against Portland. Personal foul. So that should be a 15-yard penalty. So Portland is backed up pretty far here. Elowich takes it and just keeps going. He's got like he's got a fly on his shoe or something, and he just keeps going and going with the ball.
That's a nice 7-yard pickup. Gets him comfortably back over that 2,000-yard yard line.
It'll be a 2nd and 3.
That's going to be the end of the first quarter already.
So there you have it, fans. It is 10-0. Portland in front. We'll bring you second quarter action in a moment. Zach Elowich behind Kaponga. Finds the hole, keeps going. Brings it down all the way to the 47-yard line.
A good 5-yard pickup. He picked his way through again, got his yards. They're sticking with that Wildcat. Okay, here's a big backfield for you. Nate is lined up as running back.
So Elowich gets the ball, and
picked up about 8. Kind of hoping they were going to give it to Nate that time, get him a couple touches. He's been an important part to the defense. He's played lights out on the defensive side, pressures and sacks all year long. He's a senior. He's relatively new to the game, but it would be nice to get him a touch or two.
Elowich again. He gets the first down and more on the outside. He's brought down. Tough to bring him down all the way down to the 30-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 Dogs.
More traditional backfield that time with Jamal Mariba leading the way around the corner.
Peoples Gorman with the tackle there, among others. Once again to Elowich.
No, that was Grant Jacobson got it that time. They moved Grant from the H-back back to the running back position. Senior that moved over from Wyndham. He transferred from Wyndham over to Portland. Now living right around the corner from us.
Oh, he has seen some tight end action this year a little bit as well.
Yeah, he's been a big part of the tight end. Doesn't get a lot of passes thrown to him, but blocks very well. More effective on defense.
The pitch to Elowich. Oh my gosh, he's fast. He avoids the blitzing corner, and here we go now. Oh, so close to a touchdown. What a run. Brings it all the way down to looks like close to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, 25-yard pickup there. He came around the edge and got a great kick-out block from the line, and he cut it back underneath that, read it nicely. Line again, closed the edge in, and kicked out the corner, and he just had free sailing.
So 1st and goal from the 5. Zach Elowich with the ball. He'll score. Touchdown, Zach Elowich. His 2nd touchdown of the game. 5-yard touchdown. Zach Elowich and Christo Vumpa will come out.
And right into the snowbank again.
So it's now 17-0 with 8:26 left in the first half. Boom. That goes into the end zone. It'll be a touchback.
Christo is such a weapon. If he can continue this throughout his career, keeps playing next year, all the way through senior year, he could really be something special.
He's also a soccer player,
which may or may not last, knowing this. He was a freshman. He was backing up. He wasn't getting a lot of play time, and he came over here, and he's really found his niche. So it's a question if he does decide to keep playing soccer, or if he focuses on football, get himself a full-time kicking coach, and he really could get offers for college in senior year.
First and 10, and incomplete. Right there on top of that is Jamal Mariba. It's now snowing, just to bring a little excitement to the atmosphere here.
Yeah, a couple flakes coming down.
There is a warning for snow squall where we should have 1 to 2 inches of snow. And I dare say when we leave here tonight, it'll be much colder than when we got here. It is really a very, very nice crowd here tonight for this game. And this bodes well, it seems to us, for the future of the Thanksgiving Day Classic.
Yeah, it's nice to see everyone come out. It's nice to see the support for this, even with the last-minute changes in the time.
Oh, Mariba almost with a one-handed interception, as that was meant for Michael Randall.
Yeah, they were trying to sneak him out of the H-back position, kind of like a tight end little slant that's run, and it just didn't fool Mariba. He ran with him stride for stride, knocked the ball down. It was a very nice play. Deering's taken a long time to call this play.
Yeah, and well, that's anybody's ball too, and it's a jump ball, and who else but Ben Stasium?
Yeah, that ball took way too long to get down there. He saw he had his man, but he lobbed it up instead of throwing it on a line. And if you put any air under it, Ben's just got such great closing speed, great ball instincts, that he was able to just kind of run under that and just high point it, take it away from the receiver, and turn the ball over again.
So Portland takes over 1st and 10. The ball's on the 37. Rolling out to the right is Sam Nopa. Great pass to Jamal Mariba, who brings it down to the 16-yard, about the 17-yard line.
That was a great little rollout pass, a nice pass. Hit him on the run, hit him in stride, kept Jamal moving downfield. He battled for another 5 or so yards, ended up picking up about 20 on that play. Really nice play by Sam, after only throwing a couple passes in the state game. It's nice to see him get a couple plays.
Right, and really looked very crisp doing it. That time he fumbles, and it'll just fall on it, as coming in and pressuring him was Dominic DeMillo.
Yeah, Sam's been really good for this team. He knows his role. He's more of a manager. He has to get the ball to his powerful running game. Keep it going that way. But when he's called upon to actually throw, he does a very nice job. He's got a nice arm. He throws it on a line. He doesn't take too many chances. He knows his receivers.
Elowich straight, oh my gosh, he fumbles in the end zone and Stasium falls on it. I think it's a touchdown, Elowich, however.
I think they're going to call it that he got in. I'm not sure if they're going to give it to Ben or if they're going to give it. Let's give it to Ben. His parents are right in front. So we're going to give that one to Ben.
We'll see what the scorer gives it, of course, but now it is a heavy snow in the stands.
Ben was telling me at home that he wanted to play in the snow.
Well, he gets that opportunity. Vumpa once again. And they're going to give the touchdown, in fact, to Zach Elowich. So, folks, it's 24-0 with just under 5 minutes left in the first half. So, one of the things, of course, to note is that Portland played balls on the 15 just last week. It's been a while since they played. Nice return all the way out to the 40, where the Rams will take over 1st and 10. And straight up the middle.
That was Cook again.
Is Cope.
Got a couple yards on that, but that's not where they're gonna do their damage. They really, if they want to do something on this Portland defense, they have to crash the end down and try to use some speed to get outside. That Portland defensive line Jonah Green and Nate Kapongo at the end. You got Koa up the middle, holding the fort. It's just such a good, solid line. They play very well.
Opio with the handoff. And Grant Jacobson and Jonah Green and company. And Cam Conley and Jamal Mariba all combine to bring down Peoples Gorman.
That the offensive line for Deering just can't keep up with the power and the speed that Portland has. They play really sideline to sideline. They're moving now Cam Connolly back into kind of that linebacker position instead of his nose tackle. So they're playing a true 4-3 defense.
Back to throw is Opio, and of course Green was pressuring him. The ball is up in the air, and Stasium comes up with his third interception. Oh, was that Jacobson possibly?
No, that's Grant's got the ball. Grant Jacobson. Stasium was there. Levine was there. They had all their defensive backs all in a pile. There were 2 Deering receivers, 3 Portland guys, and it was just, I think, the biggest guy got the ball.
Well, there you go. Grant Jacobson with an interception. The third interception of the day for the Portland Bulldogs. And Deering just cannot get anything started here today.
No, they look very rusty. They've been off since the just before Halloween, so that's a long time without a game. They lost in the first round of the playoffs, and they just look rusty. That's a good gang tackle there. They tried to run Zach Elowich to the near side of the field, and that time Deering just collapsed the whole defensive secondary, and they came up to stop him.
Bichette and DeMillo were the first 2 in, 70 and 72. You know, it's very interesting when you look at the cloud formation above. You can't tell if it's the cold front or the darkness coming in, or both. The snow squall is wound down here.
Elowich back to pass.
Oh, my goodness.
Picked up a block by Ben Levine, and here comes Nope.
Nope has a couple of the beat. He crosses the field the other way. He goes down to the 20, 25, 15-yard line.
Wow, what a nice play. That's actually going to go down as a running play. Zach threw it back to Nope. He was standing behind him, but Nope picked it up and just took off downfield, picked up a nice block by Ben Levine on the side, made a couple guys miss, and there's a flag on the field, but it looks like it might be on Deering that they're going to decline it. Big play for Portland to get him into scoring range. We'll have to go back to the replay, but it looks like it looked like to me it was a backwards pass.
42-yard gain one way or the other.
Yeah, it was a beautiful, beautiful play. Everyone forgot about the quarterback on that roll. They've been running Elowich, and that time he just pulled up, threw it back, picked up a nice block, and Nope did the rest.
Well, 1st and 10.
Back to the Wildcat.
Yeah. And Elowich will gain a few.
Portland timeout.
Okay, so it's 2nd down, about 8. Elowich Nothing doing there. Gets a couple, maybe.
Picked his way down the middle. They're going to have to hustle here. They're out of timeouts. 45 seconds. Clock is running. So they might want to, here comes Nate coming off the field. So they're going to move into their standard offense. They might throw a pass here if they can go quick. Nope, they're bringing Nate back on. So they're going to stick with the Wildcat, but they're running out of time. They're down to 30 seconds. This is taking a long time to get this one going.
The ball is on the 6 right now. Elowich takes the snap.
He'll run outside. There he goes.
And he'll get a touchdown. It'll be his 4th touchdown of the day. So, certainly going out with a bang here is Zach Elowich on that 6-yard carry for a touchdown. And Vumpa out here again.
The offensive line is just pushing the daring defensive line right off the ball. There's nothing that they can do, and Zach basically just walked in there. Vumpa again is good.
Vumpa with a line drive. And it goes out of bounds. Will be a penalty, and Daring will take over 1st and 10 with just under 13 seconds to go in the first half. So here we go. 1st and 10. Ball on the 35.
And they'll just take a knee to run this out.
So they'll go into the locker room. Portland has a healthy 31-0 lead at halftime. We'll be back. Well, Dave, it's a 31-0 halftime lead. Portland firmly in command. Zach Elowich with over 110 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns. Ben Stasium, a couple of interceptions. Grant Jacobson as well.
Yeah, it's just two different teams out there. You've got a team that fought for the state championship, the state title in Class A, dominant defense, a very powerful offense led by this great running game, against a team that's been sitting for 3 weeks.
But nevertheless, we will bring you second half action in the 107th Thanksgiving Classic here on WPPS TV 1302. So the kickoff will come from the 45-yard line. Daring was penalized for being a little late out of the locker room. You might say you can't really blame them. They would have just stood there in this miserably cold weather. Wow, it's in the end zone. It's an automatic touchback. So unlike the NFL, Tyler McAllister does not get a chance to return the ball.
Yeah, anytime the ball gets to the end line or beyond, they're going to call that dead. I was surprised Portland didn't try a little squib kick, a little onside kick, but the penalty apparently didn't really matter. Vumpa could have put it into the end zone anyway, so they're just going to start at the 20. So here we go from the 20. OP out of the gun. Cope to his right. Here's the snap. He's going to keep it around the edge, try to cut the round, and just got drilled. That was Koa Farnsworth. Lined him up and buried him for maybe no gain. Koa just saw that play, read it perfectly. He was being chased from the backside, but Koa just lined him up, cleaned it out, and hit him square. Very nicely done.
We have a timeout Daring with just a few seconds into the second half. The score is still 31-0 Portland. So nothing doing. A swarming Portland defense led by Silo Magno.
That looks like, is that Ben Stasium maybe?
Well, Ben is up, standing over the injured Portland player who is down for the count here. Let's see. It could be Jacobson. It's Grant Jacobson who's getting up very gingerly.
Okay. Yeah, he's just got to kind of maybe rolled his ankle. He had a pick earlier. He's a big defensive part of the game. He plays H-back for the team. He's in and out a lot, rotating through. So he's an important piece. But as a senior, they might just say, you know what, Grant, you had a great season for us. We'll let some other guys take over for you.
So third down, and now again just a swarming defense by the Dogs. That time led by Ben Levine.
Yeah, he saw the rollout. He saw the play. He didn't even get blocked by his wide receiver. Set the edge, forced the run back in, and then just made the play himself.
So it's going to be fourth down and 8 here for the Rams. They're going to punt. Stasium is going to be lined up at the 43-yard line. So the Dogs are going to have excellent field position here as Peoples-Gorman set to punt.
Oh, high snap.
Line drive, maybe a piece on the part of the
yeah, that might have gotten blocked. That looked like Jonah Green getting in there. Or was it? No, it might have been. I think it might have been Max Velman. Yeah, Max Velman came in on the edge. Max is another senior on this team that doesn't get a lot of play time. He's new to the squad. Hasn't played a whole heck of a lot, but he made his presence felt in the final game. That's nice.
Excuse me. The Dogs will take over now. 1st and 10. The ball on the 36-yard line. And it's Mariba with the ball. He's brought down first by Dom DeMillo.
Just that little fullback dive play, trying to get the defense to follow Elowich around the corner and hopefully exploit that with Mariba coming up the middle. That time Deering had a nice defense on it, held him to a short gain.
Second and 7. The ball on the 36.
Oh, broken play there.
And Elowich is going to pay for that.
Yeah, I think he there was trying to be an audible in the backfield there, but it just didn't seem like the communication was right, and that just was not a good play. Looked like everyone was blocking one way and Zach went the other.
Pitch once again to Elowich, runs into his own player, and with the tackle there is Will Vachon.
Yeah, that again, they tried that little pitch to the short side of the field. That time everybody came up again for Deering, stopping that play, and Portland is going to have to punt.
So Zach Elowich with his first punt of the night. It's a beauty. going to roll into the end zone, however, as Stasium runs after it, so it'll be a touchback. 7.5 minutes left in the third quarter. 31-0 is the score. Dogs in front. So it'll be 1st and 10 Deering with the ball on the 20. Opaio chased by Jonah Green, and he is looking for but didn't find Ben Onek. It was a nice effort as he rolled out in the bootleg right.
Yeah, I'm surprised actually Onek is playing. I didn't think he was going to be here. He's a basketball star for Deering, and basketball has started, and he's been practicing with them. There was rumors that he wasn't going to play, but he's out there. It's the first time we've called his name. He's a big, strong, physical kid. He's one of those kids who grew up with Zach Elowich and Ben Levine and Ben Stasium. He's played on all those teams, so it's nice to see him out there. Get the guys to say hi to him.
Absolutely. I mean, it's shades of Teron Moss when people wondered if he would play. Koa Farnsworth with a great tackle of Denizio behind the line. Great penetration.
Yeah, just blew through the line. No one really blocked him. He just shot the gap and then just trailed the play and made the tackle.
We have our sniffles here between the both of us.
Yeah, it's something's going around, and I think we both might have gotten it. But like true professionals we are, we won't let it stop us.
Well, I do it for the Channel 3 paycheck. As we say, we think we're worth 2 or 3 times what we get paid.
Absolutely.
It's actually a volunteer effort, which we enjoy immensely. That just sails incomplete. It'll be 4th down. Deering will punt. Stasium once again will line up about 10 yards shy of midfield, so Portland once again will have good field position.
Yeah, we'll see if they can block this and get him a return again.
Ben Big Play Stasium. It's a line drive, and it's just going to fall harmlessly down close to midfield. Portland will take over at the 47-yard line, 1st and 10. Elowich breaks it. He's got 1 to beat. Cuts the other way. Well, he had 2 to beat, and he is, oh my God, he will not be denied. 47-yard touchdown run for Zach Elowich, his 5th of the game.
They played a jet sweep there. They faked the handoff, and Elowich just kept it and just kept on running.
So trugging along, I mean, they're running the ball, not passing. You know, 5 touchdowns in a game. I would have to talk to Peter Gribben to find out whether or not that's any sort of a record for the Thanksgiving Day Classic. Vumpa up and a line drive, and even that's through. Looks different.
That one was different. Like in the state game, he did have a line drive extra point as well. Everything else was it, but it still counts the same. It still counts the same. 1 point. So after a personal foul penalty on Deering, Portland again kicks from the 45. This time it's blocked going into the end zone. Picks it up on the far side of the field, works his way back maybe to the 15-yard line before being forced out.
One of the things that we just noted is Vumpa has evidently the record for points after touchdown in a season. I believe that's what Peter Gribben was saying. Of course, Zach Elowich has the record for yardage in a season. We're not sure whether or not 5 touchdowns in a game is the record for the Thanksgiving Day Classic.
And Portland's bringing in most of the defensive secondary to be JVs. There's still a couple starters out there, but they have a couple people out to get some JVs in there.
Well, that's good. So we'll see Aiden DeMillo out there. We'll see some others as well. We'll see Joseph Pike.
Yeah, and we've got Grant Crosby is the backup quarterback, and he's been warming up on the sideline now. So they've got some defensive starters in there. They've got a couple. Mostly now it's all JV. They keep subbing them in one at a time, so it looks like it's going to be all JVs right now.
Well, good. And that's Heroes Lundweier, number 48. And that's just so great. Here comes Jonah Green off, hugs his teammates. Grant Jacobson will come off now.
Yeah, it's nice to get some of the younger players in. You're up 38-0. Everything's going your way right now. It gives you a chance to see what the future is going to be. I mean, again, Portland has a huge senior class this year. It's a very strong senior class, and they're going to be hurting next year. So it's going to be nice to see some of the younger players get a chance out there. You're still going to have your quarterback Nopes around. You're still going to have Jamal Mariba around. So you do have a couple guys that have been starters out there, but it's good to get some of the younger players some play time.
The point is very well taken. Of course, Grant Crosby's a freshman, and his hands are cold.
From what I've heard from insider sources, Grant has a big arm.
So even number 42, Ben Mungie's on the field now as well.
Ooh.
Well, that is a crushing blow by number 64, Henry Mandeville.
Henry's a big junior. He can be a big part of this team. He subs in on in varsity a lot, so he does have some play time, but he could be a factor next year as well for this team.
That was a 7-yard loss. I dare say Deering has negative yardage today.
They very well might. They don't have a lot of positive plays. They've yet to pick up a first down.
You know, we often say when the Portland schools play each other, the Portland School Department cannot lose. And a lot of poise and grit to be out there and making an effort here. And that was a great defensive effort by Pike, 2-on-2, as Denizio is coming around looking for some room on the left side.
Yeah, there was nothing there. Portland just strung it out. He was being chased from behind, I think by Mungie that was chasing him from behind. Pike came up, set the edge, and just forced him out of bounds. Again, the best tackle is you can use the sideline, and you don't have to take somebody on head up.
So here we go. There's a nice effort. Mariba, though, with the tackle of Hosea Cope.
Yeah, they got Jamal Mariba is still in there. Ben Stasium's still in there. They brought a couple of the varsity guys back, but now but they still have a nice core of JV. Again, they pushed the line back. They forced him to run where he didn't want to go, and now Deering's going to have to punt again.
It is getting chilly here, and probably have to wonder if it just continues to go down, if indeed the right decision was made, because it would just be so brutal tomorrow. Oh, that's in the end zone. That's going to be a safety.
Nope.
Well,
that's a touchdown.
Oh, a touchdown.
They recovered the fumble in the end zone.
Oh my goodness.
That's Jamal Mariba got the touchdown.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Just nothing is going right for Deering right now.
You know, if nothing else, this shows you just how strong the Thornton Academy team is.
Yes.
As well.
Absolutely. That TA team, I mean, Portland played a solid game against TA, but this is just a different class of team right now.
Right. And you know, and yet Portland had just a tremendous year this year. And
they're
going to end up, I think, 10-2 with this victory here today.
Yep, their only loss was to Bonnie Eagle early in the season when they really didn't play well, had a lot of penalties, and then to that really tough TA team.
Right, and Mariba is perfect on the season. So with 10.5 minutes left here in this contest, the score is 45-0, Portland in front here on the Thanksgiving Classic. Vumpa. And it's down, unfortunately, Nathan Asajar, a freshman.
Yeah, he slipped trying to pick up the ball and unfortunately gained control of it while he was on the ground. And that stops the play right there. He wanted to get up and run it. He's a young kid, wanted to show what he could do. It's a slick field. They did a great job clearing off the snow that we got from the other day. The field is in great condition. I was down there earlier to see what it was like. The seniors had their final run today, so we went down as parents to get to watch that. So it was very nice, nicely done by the team. They do it on the last practice before the Thanksgiving Day game, and it's a good way for the team to recognize these seniors and for the underclassmen to realize that it's okay, now it's our turn.
Well, that's terrific, and your insight is great, frankly, into it. But here we go now. First and 10, and oh my goodness, look out as it's Mungie in on that monster hit.
Yeah, it came in right off the line. It was a backwards pitch that looked very slow in developing. It was high in the air, and Mungie just came right through and made the play, and again forced a big negative play. And I really don't think Deering is positive at this point.
No, I mean that's a 12-yard loss. It's 2nd and 22, ball in the 7. And, the issue of parity comes into play as well. I mean, it's cyclical.
It is.
Our cameraman Luke Hill was noting and looking at the trophy that aside from last year, which Deering won 21-20, most years it's never really very close. And a nice effort there as the ball is run by Blaine Alves.
Yeah, more of a direct snap that time, and the snap was still high, but he was able to corral it. Came off to the right side, got a couple runs up got a couple nice blocks, and picked up a couple yards there.
Crowd is starting to thin out a little bit, but still a good crew of people. I was pleasantly surprised to see the number of people that were here today.
Yeah, it was a great turnout. It's a great turnout for a Wednesday last-minute change game.
A great tackle there.
Yeah,
by
Thatch. Thatch made a nice play. That's his name. They don't call him Anthony.
Right.
Nice play there. He actually held on. He knew what he had to do there, because if he'd let the runner get outside, he could have turned the corner and picked up that first down. There was nobody else out there.
And that was freshman Thatch. Now we'll have a punt. And punting is number 11, Tyler McAllister. There's a whistle.
Yeah, there was a false start on the outside. The gunner on the far side of the field started early. Well, when you got Ben Stasium back there, you want to get every little advantage that you can.
And today, it's at this particular time, though, it's going to be Silo Magno back as Stasium has come out of the game as well.
Yeah, Silo is a senior. He doesn't get a lot of play time. He comes in as that sub-defense a lot. Occasionally comes in at wide receiver. But give him a chance to touch the ball. That's nice.
It's a high snap. Oh, my gosh, very close to the block there. And it's just going to be downed at the 28-yard line where the Dogs will take over 1st and 10. 5 minutes left. 45-0 is the score. The Bulldogs in front. Here we go, 1st and 10 on the 27-yard line. 4:40 left in this contest.
Here we go.
Sam Nope is out there.
Chris Vincent, that's a handoff to Koa Farnsworth. Chris Vincent lined up as a running back there. Koa was a fullback, so they're going to start rotating some of the those seniors in that don't normally touch the ball.
And actually, it's Aiden DeMillo who's now the quarterback. So go figure.
So they're running a lot of people in and out now. Cam Connolly's coming off the field. He's another senior. Has played well on the defensive side.
That was a 7-yard gain, so it's going to be 2nd and 3.
I got my money on Chris Vincent getting this ball. And there we go.
Straight up the middle, and he's going to score a 22-yard touchdown, Chris Vincent. There is a flag on the play, however. So we'll have to see what the call is. Looks like it's going to be a holding.
Oh, that's too bad. Chris is one of those linemen that doesn't get a lot of press, but he had his moment of glory, and they're going to take it off the board.
3.5 minutes left here as the clock continues to tick.
In his mind, he has a touchdown.
Given the score, given the temperature, the clock mercifully continues to tick, Dave.
Yes, exactly. And it was exactly the right decision. There's no way that it was going to be safe for these kids to play tomorrow. It was going to be windy. It was going to be much, much colder. And the temperatures drastically dropped over the last half an hour.
So, stumbling, bumbling there is Heroes Lundwire. We see John Misowich in, sophomore.
Yep.
Dad is an assistant coach. Along with Tim Marr, Mark Renner, Rocco Navarro, Austin Phillips, and of course our head coach, Jim Hartman. Deering is coached by Rob Susi and assisted by Mike McLaughlin, Nick Wilson, John Hardy, Damon Stout, Kendrick Ballantyne, and Josh Phillips.
Yeah. Portland's just going to take a knee here on 2nd down.
Yeah, I guess it's the victory formation with running time.
Yep. They're just going to let this clock run out because they did have, that's right, they did have a 1st down run, and then it was called back. So now it's going to be 3rd down. Clock is still ticking. So again, these seniors are going to try to get out of here real quick, get over to the Hall of Fame dinner tonight at the Italian Heritage Center. I know there's a couple of these players who are going to get awards tonight, but I can't say on the air now because it's a surprise. Although we are going to be taped, so I can say.
You can say who got it.
I know Zach Elowich is going to get an award. I know Ben Stasium's getting an award, and I know Koa Farnsworth is going to get an award. maybe not Koa. I take that back. Maybe not Koa, but Nate Kapongo is going to get one. So Nate had what?
Oh, he had
20 sacks
20
this
sacks,
year.
yeah.
Stasium had multiple punt returns for touchdowns and multiple interceptions. And Zach, well, we can't say enough about him.
Stasium actually, we believe, got the record this year for interceptions for a Portland High School player.
Yeah, it's nice to see some of these guys get recognized at the Hall of Fame dinner, and maybe in the future one of them gets to go in. So that's going to do it. 25 seconds left. They have the victory formation. They've kneeled down. Players are lining up at midfield. Nice to see a Thanksgiving Day game. It was a blowout, but it was nice to get the kids out there and playing a little bit and just for get that bad taste out of their mouth from the state loss.
And to get a nice crowd here today at 4 o'clock on a Wednesday afternoon before Thanksgiving, where some people are traveling, and some people are working, and yet they came out in force.
Yeah, there were a lot of people here, Steve. It was nice to see, good support for this tradition. It's 109 years, 107 years. It's been such a tradition that goes on every year. There was one or two that got missed because of weather in the past, but they made it happen this year, and that gets all the credit goes out to both teams, both staffs, both ADs. And the city. The city cleaned the field for us.
Everybody wins when Portland and Deering play. So, Dave, a resounding 45-0 victory for the Portland Bulldogs, dominating as they have in most games this year. Zach Elowich, 5 touchdowns, probably close to 200 yards at this point. Ben Stasium, 2 interceptions. Lots of superlatives, in fact.
Lots of superlatives. That offensive line was dominant. I mean, the running back, yes, Zach ran great, but there were holes that offensive line just created that all those guys that don't get named, Koa Farnsworth had a fantastic game on the line. He played well. Nice to see all the seniors get their play time, get their last game out there. And for a lot of these players, it is their last game ever. So it's nice to get them a win.
So Merv Kilgore Award, MVP goes to Denizio for Deering High School.
Yep.
And the Dave Allen Award went to Elowich, Zach Elowich, for the MVPs of this game. Folks, that's going to do it for this year. I just want to say what a pleasure it was to work with you in every game, in all of your capacities, whether it be as statistician or analyst. You really know your stuff, and we really appreciate the opportunity. And we wish you and also Ben great success in the future.
Yes, thank you very much, Steve. It was a pleasure doing this. It was a lot of fun. I have a blast doing this, and we'll keep it up maybe next year. We'll see.
We'd love to have that. Luke Hill, we want to thank you very much for all of your expert camera work, dressed in your Deering purple this year, and supporting your team. So for John Coyne and John Kilbride and Mike Hoffer and Dave Levine and Luke Hill, this is Steve Schwartz of WPPS TV3 Sports saying so long from Fitzpatrick Stadium, where the Portland Bulldogs have defeated Deering 45-0 in the 107th Thanksgiving Classic. Good night.